The US gets punished each 7th year. 2001, 9/11, 2008, the financial crisis and Obama was elected. 2015, the next punishment. Shemitah is the blessed 7th year for those that have been obedient to Yahweh, God, and the 7th year of punishment for those that have been disobedient to Yahweh, God. A Shemitah is a 7th year of rest. Now on the last day of the Shemitah all debts are cleared and wiped away. But when a nation turns away from Yahweh, the Shemitah comes back as a judgment against the nation that goes against Yahweh, every 7 years. Here is a list of financial collapses from the past Shemitah years. 1973 a Shemitah year. 1980 a Shemitah year. 1987 a Shemitah year. 2001 a Shemitah year. 2008 a Shemitah year. 2008 recession a Shemitah year. Also 1917 a Shemitah year. Financial crash and World War I and 4 empires collapsed. 1938 a Shemitah year. Hitler and the Holocaust. 1945 a Shemitah year. Hiroshima. 1973 a Shemitah year. America legalizes abortions and Vietnam. 2001 a Shemitah year. 9/11. 2008 a Shemitah year. Wall Street and stock market. Say what? Well, in this video you will see a climate chaos date set by France. That's right, the same country that just gathered their gold from the USA. This date is set for September the 24th, 2015. This date was set by French Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius. What could this mean? Official 500-day warning.
When I'm saying the planet also means, very concretely, our very survival. We are, all of you know it, on the edge of a climatic abyss. In fact, we have 500 days to avoid a climate chaos. If the current trend continues, the rise of temperatures may not be limited to 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit, 2 degrees Celsius, above pre-industrial levels, but might reach 7 to 9, which means 4 or 5 degrees Celsius, which would be a catastrophe. In this context, the UN Conference on Climate Change, which will take place next year in Paris, is an absolute top priority. The goal is to achieve a post-2020 agreement that should include all countries and be legally binding. This is ambitious, but there are some glimmers of hope. Compared with Copenhagen, climate denial is, at least in Europe, less audible. The latest US report on climate change was a wake-up call. It demonstrates President Obama's personal commitment on this issue. The business community is also somewhat moving. The shift is not limited to the developed world. China knows it has to act, and it is acting. I discussed it in depth with Chinese leaders, and I will be back this week in China for that purpose. African states are committing to sustainable development strategies. Brazil and South Africa have set ambitious environmental targets. The way to Paris is surely not easy, but it is indispensable and doable.